Calaroga Shark Media.
Happy New Year! I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. I'm going to try and settle into a Monday, Wednesday, Friday routine here in the new year. So last year you got 2 episodes a week. I'll try and do 3 this year. A 4-year-old flower girl had everyone laughing at her aunt and uncle's wedding. The priest announced, "It's time. You may kiss your bride." The groom did just that, and the little girl turned to the priest and said, "Bad kiss." I caught everyone off guard, including the priest. He then announced, "Bad kiss? Wow." Everyone enjoyed the moment. Congratulations to the bride and groom. Country singer Luke Combs has said he's sick to his stomach after learning he had been awarded $250,000. Well, that sounds like a good thing. Luke, what happened? Luke won a lawsuit against a fan who sold homemade merchandise. Luke Combs said he'd been unaware that the fan had been sued for selling 18 drink tumblers with his face on them. The fan said she only learned of the legal action after the ruling, which came days after she was in the hospital. Luke Combs said he called to apologize and promised to send her $11,000. That's double the $5,500 bill that was initially frozen in her account following the judge's order, meaning she couldn't pay her bills. Luke Combs has now started selling his own tumblers on his official site, with all proceeds going to the fan. He said he first learned of the legal action. He was watching TV and saw the fan crying on a TV news interview. In the report, she said she didn't know if she was being sued and found the notice in the spam folder of her email account. At that time, she said, "I just want this resolved. I didn't mean any harm to Luke Combs. I quit selling the tumbler. I pulled it down. I just don't understand." After seeing the clip, Luke Combs posted a video on social media and explained, "We have a company that goes after folks, only supposedly large corporations operating internationally that make millions and millions of dollars making counterfeit t-shirts, things of that nature, running illegal businesses. And apparently this woman has somehow gotten wrapped in that, and that makes me absolutely sick to my stomach." Combs said, "It makes me sick that this would happen, especially during the holidays. No fan should ever have to be involved in anything like this. Money's the last thing on my mind. I invited the fan and her family out to a show this year so I could give her a hug and say sorry in person." Good news if you're a scimitar horned oryx. You were once declared extinct in the wild, but now you're back, baby, although you're still classified as endangered. It's the first time that the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, the world's largest conservation organization, has ever moved a species on its red list from extinct in the wild back up to endangered. This thanks to the conservation work of zoos around the world, but also from game breeders in the Texas Hill Country who kept the oryx alive while the governments of Abu Dhabi and Chad worked together on a reintroduction program. The oryx have a population of, this isn't a lot, between 140 and 160 individuals, and it's increasing, not decreasing. Good luck to the oryx. A mother and her son, a 2-year-old, were trapped underneath a vehicle. They were rescued by a group of high school students in Utah. The students lifted up the car. Video footage shows the students rushing to the school's parking lot after a mother and her 2 children were struck and pinned underneath a vehicle. One of the kids, a 3-year-old, was able to free herself. About 20 students surrounded the vehicle and lifted it an inch or 2 above the ground and allowed the trapped individuals to return to safety. Wow. Lou is 92 and still practices Kung Fu and Tai Chi. He says, "At my age, I have friends dying all around me, and Tai Chi's kept me going. It's really important to keep moving, which is lucky because I can't stand still." He found Tai Chi in his 50s after suffering from repeat chest infections and a bad back. He'd been a sportsman most of his life, playing rugby, weightlifting, track, judo, soccer. But he had never done Tai Chi before. He had watched a Tai Chi demo at a fair he had attended. He decided to give it a go and started weekly 2-hour sessions, including a half-hour of Kung Fu. He says, "I was fit and healthy, but these chest infections just kept coming back just a few months after I stopped antibiotics. For some reason, I was really attracted to the slow movement and deep breathing of the Tai Chi." Lou says, "Plenty of exercise is what keeps you going, and it also gives you a really positive outlook on life, and it's kept me fully compos mentis. I'm training to be a thriller writer. I don't fight in Kung Fu anymore, but I can still do the hits and kicks." That's your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too, and they can follow it on Apple or Spotify or wherever you found it today. All right, I'll see you on Wednesday.